basically because your pubic bone's in the way. I don't know why a man invented it. So using the ball, it's a much softer surface. What we're working here is you use your core muscles to stabilise your spine. We're going to work the lower back muscles and mainly your glutes, which for most people are generally the weakest part of their body. And because the glutes are weak, this is why most people have bad backs. We were actually designed to be on all fours, but because we're upright, the glutes don't function properly, so this would help correct that. So the exercise would be, you kneel behind your ball, place your pelvis on the ball, hands directly under the shoulders, and everything you do, your shoulders need to be stabilised first. So you just take a breath in, as you breathe out, slide the shoulders away from the ears, then reaching out through the heels, the legs coming along the spine. So the exercise is, you exhale to bend the elbows to the side, abs in, the legs reach to the ceiling. Inhale, maintaining the body in a straight line, you come back to your neutral position. As you exhale, you're working through the pelvic from the abdominals, your shoulders are stabilised and the glutes are taking the legs up, and you inhale back to your start. You do that roughly 3 to 6 times. As the exercise is done correctly, that is all you need to do. So basically all the hours of minus repetition exercise in the gym are unnecessary. You do 6 properly, that's all you need to do. Pilates is basically a form of exercise that works on strengthening and toning the body. We work with the muscles from the deep abdominals, your core muscles, your glutes and your inner thighs, and from creating a very strong, that way you've got a strong core and you won't damage yourself when you're doing other sorts of exercises.
Okay, so what did you have to do to qualify?
I originally started as an aerobics instructor and I found that I was always getting injured and found losing work because of my injuries, so I wanted to find something that would give me more strength, more power so I could do my job. I went along to a couple of Pilates classes, discovered how it strengthened your body. Now, the muscle exercise conventional way, you do less repetitions, so it's a lot. It's always easier to do as you do less repetitions, but you have to use your mind and your body more to concentrate on the exercise. I've done 3 different training courses. I originally trained with Michael King, which was a very short 2-weekend course, which I didn't find gave me the repertoire or the knowledge that I needed for my job. I therefore went on and did another course called Modern Pilates, which was very physio-based and was lots of rehabilitation work. But again, for a class viewpoint, that didn't give me enough exercises to teach in a class environment. So then I did Stop Training, which is a Canadian course, which is basically takes a pure form of Pilates that Joseph Pilates developed 90 years ago, and it's analysed it with a physiotherapy base, so the exercise is now safe and effective. Whereas before, a lot of the exercise, the original repertoire, are quite dangerous because they took the body into overextension. A bit like some of the yoga exercises can be over flexible. 90% of the country are hypermobile, so you have to be very careful with flexibility not to take them beyond their range of movement, otherwise you can create a lot of damage.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so if you are, let's say, running a class with a bunch of people that you don't know, what are the kinds of things that are going through your mind? What are you assessing? What are you thinking about when, you know?
So when I first went to class, so I've got 4 or 5 people. I will basically originally ask them if they've got any problems that I need to know about. Say, are they pregnant? Have they got any back injuries, any knee injuries, any wrist injuries? Because a lot of stuff is on your hands and on your knees. If they're pregnant, I'm prenatal trained as well. There's lots of things you can't do, so I'd have to give them a completely different set of exercises. I'd also look at their posture and then aim my exercises at the general posture of the class. Obviously, if you have one person, you can be very precise, but I would have to generalise and make sure I wouldn't do anything that would damage someone's back. So if someone had said they had a slipped disc, I would avoid a lot of forward flexion exercises and work their back in a different way.